Let's begin.
Crysis 2. This is a really nice shotgun, primarily for the sound and impacts on both the environments and enemies, which are world class. Hitting things in this game is an absolute joy, whether it's sparks flying off metal walls and armour, soldiers being spun around or splattering alien scum, it's all done brilliantly. Check out these environment impacts, even geometry is created for splintered wood. The decals are also cut above your usual round bullet holes, although I do still miss parallax mapping. Enemies react to limb shots convincingly, a perfect blend of custom animation sets combined with ragdolls for the final death state. You also have the viscerally satisfying combination of slimy alien within shiny metallic armour. So back to the shotgun, the model itself is alright, nothing amazing. There are no alt-fire modes, but you do get some attachments including an impactful silencer. Just two negative points here. One is the animation between shots. It's playing at a vastly reduced frames per second, which is very odd. Secondly, the fire rate is a bit too slow, but as we all know by now, superhuman one-man armies still struggle to pump a shotgun.
Get this man some grease!
This one would be neat if it wasn't so unintuitive to fire in game. Has a nice crisp sound, but is even slower to fire. Again, Johnny Rico would have lost both legs with this. Weapon position on screen obscures your target too. As an attachment to a rifle, you don't really see the model, so I can't give it top marks there, even if the gun it's attached to looks awesome. The same low FPS animation between shots again, but everything else is great as per the Marshal. Whoa, what went wrong here? The first thing that strikes you is the sound, or lack thereof, like it got cut too early in the editing mix. Sounds very odd. The gun itself isn't a real looker either, with basic animation too. Of course, the excellent impacts and reactions still apply like the others, but it feels hollow now. It does at least speed up the firefights towards the end of the game and inject a little bit more carnage, so that's welcome. Section 8, Prejudice. This game wipes your campaign progress every time you load it up, so unless you're prepared to sit and play through in one go, I strongly recommend avoiding this game's campaign. I found out the hard way. This gun is of very standard quality in all departments, and enemies are just bullet sponge multiplayer bots set to easy difficulty. Don't expect any world-class environment damage or enemy reactions here. At least the shield destroying mechanism is neat. I did see some kind of armor destruction geometry.
Control point hacked by enemy.
It's fun flying around with a jetpack and shotgun, but the novelty wears pretty thin quickly. It's boring and actually a downgrade on the more unique offerings in the first Section 8 game. Here is the opposite team's version. It just has a slightly different model and shot sound. Sanctum! Here is the Fisher-Price of shotguns. It's nicely stylized with some imaginative animation and sound effects. Enemies are reactionless bullet sponges that jib from the very long charge-up shot. Shots feel weighty, but it's overdone to the point where I feel like I'm firing a tank cannon. nice blending of FPS and tower defense, this shotgun isn't terrible. Conduit 2. So, a SPAS 12 sequel, and they did a better job this time. The shot sound has excellent punch to it, and the Wiimote aiming scheme works better in this release. Some excellent destructible parts on enemies also, with armour plating being blown off revealing visible damage to different sections. I almost jumped for joy when I saw this. Killing bugs with one shot is satisfying, but it's still a painfully slow shot rate. Half the enemies still don't stagger or flinch when they should, but I'm being forgiving this time around as they did that excellent destructibility. When it works, it's fantastic. Brink! Yet another game that will no longer launch on modern systems, so we're on the dual-core backup rig. Firstly, this game falls under the multiplayer game that tries to offer a solo campaign category. It's just cutscenes between various team deathmatches. This shotgun is nice looking and well animated. The sound, however, is a bit off, not very clean. Impacts are very minimal, as you would expect from a multiplayer based game, with no staggering animations or enemies losing their aim when taking fire in their face. I doubt many people will miss this one when it's inevitably lost to time. Bit of an odd one this, as the weapon is automatic, but it chambers 3 rounds before requiring a manual rotation to the next chamber. It sounds alright and shares most of the attributes as the Mossington. Not much more to say. I love it!